Good day, and welcome to the SNN.Network Summer Virtual Event. Our next presenting company is General Assembly Holdings. It is now my pleasure to turn the floor over to your host, Ali Khan-Leilani, General Assembly Pizza. Sir, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ali Khan-Leilani. I am the founder and CEO of General Assembly. Our ambition when we opened General Assembly back in 2017 was simple. We wanted to create the future of pizza. Back in 2017, that meant a new kind of fast casual restaurant, one inspired by the likes of Sweet Green, Chipotle, and Shake Shack, one with amazing wine on tap, a cashless ordering system, a business focused on data and technology, and a dedicated entrance for food couriers and contactless app-based pickups. In our first year, General Assembly made several best restaurant lists, many best pizza lists within Toronto, Canada, and internationally. But more importantly, we built a pizza-loving community. In March of 2020, everything changed. I remember walking into the restaurant the day we closed and thought, we are in the pizza business. Everyone is at home. We must find a way to meet our consumers and our customers where they are, at home. We had to fundamentally change the foundation of our business in fast. In April of last year, after 2 nonstop weeks of work and over 500 test pizzas, our team was ready to launch our first ever premium, naturally leavened frozen pizza line. By the end of April last year, we had secured our first grocery account. Today, we have over 100 accounts. Around the same time, I couldn't help but notice the explosive growth in the food technology space, specifically food subscription models such as Good Food, HelloFresh, Blue Apron, and up in Canada, a very similar company to ours, the Very Good Butchers. I thought, now that we have the product, we have the opportunity to build a direct-to-consumer e-commerce platform to complement our CPG offering. In May, our team set out to build the General Assembly direct-to-consumer platform. We called it the world's first pizza subscription. In September of last year, General Assembly launched its first-to-market direct-to-consumer e-commerce platform. By the end of the first month, we had delivered almost 1,000 orders. In the first quarter of 2021, we delivered over 10,000 orders across Southern Ontario. As we continue to scale production, our ambition today is simple, to become a globally recognized premium pizza brand. Follow me over to slide 3 as I'll walk you through our presentation. Pizza needs no introduction. Pizza has been a massive portion of the consumer category for decades. General Assembly is achieving meaningful scale in the $17 billion frozen pizza market. Our pizzas are purpose-built for your home. Our signature naturally leavened pizzas are ready in just 7 minutes, with non-meat and plant-based SKUs representing over 75% of our current product line. Think of GA as PaaS, Pizza as a Service. Our omni-channel brand is ready to meet you where you are, at home via our direct-to-consumer channel, at the grocery shelf at your favorite retailer, and through our flagship restaurant in downtown Toronto. Slide 4 paints a very clear picture and has one of my favorite lines at General Assembly. We don't want to be the only pizza you eat, just the best frozen pizza that you eat. In Q3 of last year, we sold almost 12,000 units. Going into Q4 of last year, almost 3x at just over 31,000. And in Q1 of this year, over 82,000 pizzas shown. As most of you know, our Q2 earnings will be released in short order, and I look forward to presenting our updated Q2 results the next time we meet. The pizza market opportunity is huge. As demonstrated on this slide, a US $25 billion market is expected by 2025. The last year and a half has accelerated the frozen pizza category to new heights. Banner grocery stores such as Whole Foods, Loblaws in Canada are expanding their freezer footprints to accommodate increased consumer demand for better-for-you premium frozen products. Consumers are driving demand for natural, ready-to-eat products. Companies like Amazon are rolling out private label frozen foods and building the infrastructure to support more frozen foods to keep up with consumer demand. Slide 6 presents a KPI of our short growth history from when we launched our frozen pizza line. As you can see, organic natural scale has been developed with General Assembly through repeat dining occasions and further consumers and CPG retailers reaching out to us for them to carry our product. Our direct-to-consumer channel saw 284% growth from Q4 to Q1 of this year, and our CPG growth over 70% for Q2. It's important to note that from Q3 of last year up until Q2 of this year, we were reserving most of our production capacity for our direct-to-consumer business. That was done with intent. That was done to build awareness for our pizza brand, our frozen pizza, and through that awareness, we were able to leverage that type of hyper growth at 284% to a very large CPG rollout plan for the rest of this year and early next year. You've seen some explosive growth in food, better for you food, and food technology this year. There's a few companies here listed, HelloFresh, which I'm sure most of you have seen, Good Food, which started up here in Canada. But the Very Good Butchers is a great comp to GA. They also started with a brick and mortar out in Victoria, British Columbia, moved into eCommerce, and now full-blown CPG. On slide 8, we are the real deal. Our ability to create a better customer experience like no other pizza brand through our diverse channel mix. As you can see here, these three channels really complement each other. There are very few companies in the better for you space, specifically pizza space, that have these three channels. Most just do one of these three. We have direct to consumer, which reaches you when you want on your time at home. That hyper growth in direct to consumer has attracted large scale banner grocery stores across North America, and they now are calling us to list our product with them, which is helping the CPG business, which is all fueled by a beautiful restaurant story. When we opened back in 2017, we were able to build our brand and develop the credibility that not many other shelf products have. As we continue to scale across Canada and beyond, our customers will be able to reach us on their terms, on their time, and engage with us when they want. A better brand experience is what we're all about. We just launched our new brand with our new logos, our new colors. I encourage you all to visit gapizza.com and have a look. Our omni-channel presence, we have a 30% higher lifetime value than those who step through a single channel. And as you can see, we have increased 9.5% year-over-year annual revenue and year-over-year decrease in cost of customer cost at 7.5%. Slide 10 is a map of Southern Ontario and just shows you where we've gone in the last 9 or so months. We've just tipped over 100 retail stores. We've just released, just a couple of weeks ago, a partnership with a food broker called Propel Natural Brands. Propel is Canada's largest better-for-you natural food broker, and as we move into our production facility in Q3, which is coming up, we'll be able to really leverage that capacity with the assistance of a best-in-class food broker to open up key accounts for us across Canada. Part of that expansion will also include a listing at one of the largest food distributors in North America, one that specializes in natural, better-for-you frozen products. On slide 11, we've got a nice roadmap of where we went this year, starting from Q1 and where our ambitions lie in Q4. Also in Q3, we announced our partnership with Fortino's, which is held under the Loblaws grocery brand, which is the largest grocery brand in Canada. We have a pilot at their high-end label, Fortino's, which is going well. In Q4 is really when we leverage the capacity and the hard work that we've put into the company over the last year. It was when our master production facility comes on board. Our package is currently in the BPI lab. We're looking for a BPI compostable certification, which will go onto our package as soon as it's received. We also announced a collaboration with Impossible Foods a couple months ago, and our intention is to launch Impossible Foods' first ever frozen pizza collaboration in Canada, with a direct-to-consumer product available on our e-commerce platform in Q4 of this year. Over on slide 12, paints a picture of the growth that we've had and what's coming up for Q3 and Q4. Important to note that the early scale of the business, Q1 and Q2 of this year, was all done within about a 4,000 square foot restaurant downtown Toronto, which we converted into a food commissary. We are looking forward to moving into our master production facility very shortly in Q3, where we will be starting with a 5,000 unit per shift line, moving into the end of Q4, where we'll be building our 10,000 pizza a shift line. All of this is framed up with a plan to include a phase 3 line, which would come on board, which is a lot more sheeting, a lot more automation, significantly driving down unit costs. By driving down our labor costs, procurement costs will help to drive down the food costs, and we expect that by Q3 of next year, our final line will be built at our master production facility, resulting in 25,000 units per shift. There's been some key customer trends that surfaced over the last year, which are here to stay. Frozen is hot. It's been a huge breakout from mid-2020 right until now. Everything from better for you meal replacements, the ice cream space, but specifically the frozen pizza space, pushed up some meaningful scale, took some significant market share up, and it's staying. A lot of consumers are looking to buy independent brands and smaller brands, which goes well and resonates with General Assembly. And as we've all seen, traffic online as it relates to grocery had a large increase, over 10% in the last 18 months, and it's here to stay. You're seeing a lot of the Instacarts, Whole Foods in Canada. We've got Grocery Gateway and Voila move into that space, all places that General Assembly expects to be selling our frozen retail product. Slide 14, pardon me, the plant-based revolution. So back in 2017, when we launched the brand, half of our menu was plant-based and non-meat. Today, over 75% of our products are plant-based and meat-free. We've developed a strong product line of 10 SKUs at the moment. What's important to note is that as food trends continue to ebb and flow, peak and valley as new things come on board, our naturally leavened pizza dough is our canvas, which happens to be plant-based and vegan, and is a great place for us to start. As we continue to leverage scale in the Canadian market in Q4 of this year, we'll be able to attract certain retailers with our products. Larger grocery stores will be able to take all of our SKUs. Specialty grocery stores will be able to take our non-meat SKUs, and there's a large burgeoning business of plant-based only direct-to-consumer and plant-based only brick-and-mortar stores, which will be able to take our plant-based and vegan SKUs. As mentioned in an earlier slide, we expect to be launching our first ever collaboration with Impossible Foods with their first ever frozen pizza in Q4 of this year. Over on slide 15, what we've heard from our customers and what we believe as an organization is we have to be better. Every decision we make at General Assembly is framed up in 3 words: better, easy, and delicious. And slide 15 is our testament to better. Currently, just recently, we moved all of our direct-to-consumer and CPG direct store deliveries to carbon neutral. We're in the final phases to launch our new packaging, which should come out in Q3, which is made of 100% fully divertible resins. As mentioned, the product is actually in the BPI lab. We expect to have BPI certification this year. We will then be the only frozen pizza available on the shelf that is wrapped in a completely compostable bag. It's important that General Assembly continues to meet consumers' values where they are at home. Sustainability is important to General Assembly. ESG is important to General Assembly. Well, it's also important to our consumers, and as we continue to scale, we will continue to innovate and be better. Slide 16, for those that are unfamiliar with our product, our reasons to believe and the quality indicators of our product are really there. There is no one at scale that is making a product of this quality for the retail shelf or direct to consumer. Like, it all starts with our 100% naturally leavened dough, which is made from a sourdough starter. That dough ferments for roughly 48 hours into a beautiful, high-tasting, high-protein sourdough. All of our meats are all natural, nitrate-free. All of our products are locally sourced and organic when possible, and we're really pushing hard, as mentioned, on the vegan, plant-based side. Slide 17 gives you it's a snapshot of our current SKUs. Everything from a classic pepperoni, which we call our loving cup, to interesting, different pizzas such as the plush room, which is mushrooms and truffles, and then our plant-based SKUs, as well as the classics, Mila Margarita, named after my daughter Mila. We're able to really, with our breadth and depth of products, there's a pizza for you, and we can cover that off much easier than other food companies through product innovation. Pizza is one of those products that's highly craveable, needs no introduction, and we have a pizza for you. Slide 18 is a quick table on why we are better. And we're squarely focused on going up against big pizza. We're not there to beat big pizza. We're there to be better, easier, and more delicious than big pizza. And that starts with our dough, cheese, sauce, our tidy freezer footprint. Because our product is not wrapped in a cardboard box with a shiny picture on the front, we actually show our real product through our naked packaging, and it's very easy to stack up 4 to 6 of these in a small freezer. Cook time is a very important part of why we've seen significant increase in velocity sales and repeat sales occasions. Our pizza is ready in 7 minutes. You unwrap the pizza from your freezer, put it into the middle rack of your oven, and in 7 minutes later, you have a beautiful, high-quality restaurant pizza at home on your time. Marry that up with our divertible packaging, and I think that we have a pizza that's poised for hypergrowth and scale. Slide 19, a little bit of press that we've received from Complex, Forbes, Toronto Life, and CBC. People have really, got behind our product. We've built a community, but it's squarely based on the consistency and quality and value proposition for our consumers. Slide 20 gives you a snapshot into the management team. We have myself as founder and CEO. My background was in franchising and scaling restaurant brands before I decided to follow my dream and build a pizza brand from the ground up. I'm also a certified pizzaiolo and level 2 sommelier. Jeff Collins, our Chief Financial Officer, which brings over 20 years of public and private experience to our leadership team. Greg Pogue, leading our technology, has managed over $1 billion of software and ad tech revenue in his previous life, and our Chief Marketing Officer, Khalid Juma, who is responsible for all touch points of our brand and leads our PR strategy as well. Our board of directors is shown here on slide 21. Ted Hastings, our chairman, Nicholas, who is a fellow founder and chairman of Flow Water, Karen Zukala, our newest member, who heads up corporate governance, is the head of Twitter in Canada, and Ben Colabreeze, the chief financial officer of the Toronto Blue Jays, heads up our audit chair. Slide 22 is a snapshot of our cap tables. I think most important to note on this slide here, 49% is owned by insiders and management. Why invest in General Assembly Pizza? We are smart, we are agile, and we're taking meaningful market share in a $17 billion category. We're the first pizza subscription that's experiencing hyper growth, and we're really poised to scale nationally with the development of our master production facility in Q3. And number three, we are premium, we're better for you, we're propelled by our omni-channel experience, and everything we do is better, easy, and delicious. With that, I'd like to open up the floor for any questions. Thank you very much. A question here, within the competitive landscape, what larger players does GA aspire to be? At this point, we are carving out our own category. The competitive landscape, I like to call it big pizza. You all know the brands. Most of them are highly discounted for $4 or $5 in the grocery aisle. We expect to be placed in the HMR section, which is where the salsas and the cheese and right beside the produce section in our own freezers. That's where the better for you frozen products will go. That's where we expect to be, and that's where we're currently displayed in our retail. The larger players, I think, will continue to be there. We will just become a better frozen pizza option. Everybody forgot, or other brands forgot, how to have a super high quality restaurant pizza at scale available at home, and that's the hole we are filling. A question popped up here. How will you grow your U.S. market presence? GA will bring on CFIA, which is the Canadian federal regulatory body, in Q4 of this year. In parallel, we will bring on our FDA license. We expect to scale just exactly how we did in Canada, with a higher emphasis on retail and consumer packaged goods. As mentioned earlier, we're expecting to bring on a North American distributor, which will help open up food channels and banner grocery stores down in the United States, as well as the smaller shops and indie shops. And we've engaged our food broker, Propel, which has a lot of connections with another large company in the United States called Acosta, which will help us open up doors. Another question here, do you ship to the U.S. currently? We do not ship to the U.S. Currently. We expect to have our infrastructure laid out for VIP shipments next month. So if anybody on the call is looking to sample the product, please get in touch with us, and we'd be happy to to fire you off some products probably by the end of September. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you to SFN for having me. Have a great day.